Hello friends and welcome back. I know it's been quite a minute, but don't worry, I'm still here and I'm still creating. So sit back, enjoy, grab a coffee, because that's what I'm doing, and enjoy a morning, or maybe evening, depends on when this video goes up. Now, if you have as much of a crippling internet addiction as I do, then you would definitely recognize what I drew. And if you don't, then let me enlighten you. This little guy here is the TikTok internet viral Labubu. This guy you can buy, I believe, at a store called Pop Mart. I don't think I have one here in my town, but I've seen this guy so many times on the internet and I became instantly obsessed. Not enough to buy one, but maybe one day. We'll see how it goes. In the meantime, I figured I would draw you one. And of course, if you know me and you've watched many of my videos, you would know I have to give it a little bit of a twist. Coincidentally, I've landed on the letter L in my alphabet drawing series. But if you're not familiar and new to my channel, right now I'm going through each letter of the alphabet and drawing an item, maybe food, an animal, whatever it may be, and make sure that each element starts with the same letter. In this case, we have Leek and Labubu. The fun part about having the Labubu is the fact you never know what you're gonna get, much like my videos. In each one, you really never know what you're gonna get, but it's also fun to potentially guess what it is based on the upcoming letter. So maybe comment down below what you think the next one's gonna be. I have some little ideas in my head, but I'm obviously not gonna tell you guys because it's a secret. At this point in the drawing, you can really see the vibe I'm going for and going in really heavy with the green. Obviously because it's my favorite color and leeks are green. I really wanted to give this Labubu that ombre moment, so as I went down I went a little bit lighter, but midway I changed my mind, of course, because that's what I do all the time. So I didn't go too light at the bottom, which usually leeks are white at the bottom or the root of the vegetable, so yeah, I don't know. I just didn't want to go too light because I didn't want it to blend in with the paper too much. And most of the time the Labubus are one solid color anyway, so I figured I would stay with the theme and the vibe. But correct me if I'm wrong, the new series of Labubus has ones that are kind of tie-dye and multicolor, which is so cute. I'm sure much like Pokemon, this series and collection will evolve. But now we're getting into the pencil crayon detailing, which is honestly my favorite part. I love just layering with the pencil crayon and bringing out the fuzziness and the values. It really gives the piece some depth. The feeling this little guy gives me is like a goblin hiding in the back of your fridge, ready to come out and bite your fingers whenever you're reaching in to grab something. It's so silly, but that little menacing face really just gives me that vibe. This drawing felt like it had taken forever to finish. Probably because of the size of it. It is quite large for my typical drawing sizes, but in all honesty, it really only takes me about a day to finish a drawing, depending on what I have to do that day, but usually I like to draw when it's my day off rather than starting a drawing late at night when I'm tired and grumpy and hungry. So coffee really starts and gets me going for the day for some reason. I don't know what it is, but I think that's quite a normal thing for most people. It mainly just helps me focus and get started. So I guess that could be a little bit of a life hack for you. If I know I'm gonna want to draw that day, I always drink a coffee because I think it subconsciously sends a signal to my brain based off of some sort of subconscious routine that when you drink that coffee, you're gonna feel a creative mood. Because when I did drink that coffee in the beginning, I always made sure I drew immediately after and or during. That way it became a habit, much like the clicker when you're trying to train a dog how to sit or shake a paw. Each time they sit or shake a paw, the dog will know after you click that button, they will get a reward and a treat for doing that action. So essentially, I am training myself like a dog to draw on command whenever I drink coffee. It may sound silly, but honestly, it could be one way to get out of your drawing rut or your burnout, so you can get back to doing what you really love and enjoy in your spare time. So I'm finally at the part of the drawing where I'm giving it the fur-like texture, but also trying to keep it within look and vibe that I typically go for. But to be honest, drawing fur is such a tedious pain in the tush to do. Oh my god, I do not like this part. That's why I cut a majority of it out, because it was just so boring and dull to watch. And if I'm being completely honest, I didn't totally like the way that it turned out. But at the end of the day, I didn't totally have an option because I didn't want to go through and individually add every single streak of hair and give it that sort of detail. I feel like with my style, it is very bubbly and I don't even know how to explain it. Like I always say, it's typically like bubblegum. So essentially, in my mind, this guy looks like a little chewed up piece of bubblegum. Oh my god, sorry Labubu, I love you. But the part I do end up really liking is the leek part in the top of the head. It actually turned out really cute. I love the girth of it. And it really just would make such a cute series of Labubus, is Food Labubu Combo. So if you guys would support a girl and help her get a collaboration, please comment and tag Labubu or send him this video. I don't care. I think this would make such a cute line and I would love to work with them. Like I said earlier, I'm positive that this collection will keep evolving. So maybe this could be one of the evolutions and become its own little food series. Now back to the drawing, we're finally at the best of the best part of it, which is the lining. This ultimately gives the piece its final form and its shape. It just really gives the piece that little bit of detail that makes it feel complete, whether it's thick lines or thin lines. It's just another way to add in some detail, but not over the top detail, which again is another signature look for my style. I believe it was in my previous video, somebody had asked me what the thought process was behind the lines that I do put in these pieces. Typically with the way I draw, it is meant to have a little bit more of a 3D look. So it has parts that are closer to the person that's viewing, but also farther away and closer to the background. So anything that is meant to look closer to the viewer, I typically outline in black pencil crayon, and anything in the background is usually lined out with the same color but in a darker or contrasting shade or color. I use the black in the front because it makes the picture look more sharp and bold, because when you're thinking on an artistic level, when you're looking at a landscape, things that are very far away typically get muted or lighter, and things that are closer to you are darker, as well as more detailed. So that's a little bit of a better explanation of my butchered explanation in the last video. As for the background, I honestly had no clue what I was doing. I just knew that I wanted a contrasting color to the main element, but I'm really trying to push myself to do more backgrounds on pieces, because it just adds that next level of detail, and honestly it gives it a more completed look. So in my next video, which you guys will hopefully see soon, you will notice that I went all out on this one. It's actually so cute. I'm really excited for you guys to see this one. And with that, I'll let you guess down below now that we're done. Thanks again for watching, and I really hope you enjoyed. Let me know how it is, and I will see you next time. Bye!